Welcome to the Monday Meetup. Where are they now? My guest tonight, he's a pretty well-known fella. Him and I go back long ways. You may remember him back in those days as the Pallet Punter. He now goes by the handle of Dainer. He's an Aussie icon. Let me tell you, the very first time Mark was on the show, it was like pulling teeth to get him to get in front of that camera. And now you obviously can't stop him from being in front of the camera. Hey folks, Ash from Woodwork and Whiskers. Welcome to the Monday Meetup. We're off to far north Queensland, Townsville, to meet a ripping bloke. He's resourceful, he's thoughtful, he's just an all-round nice guy. I am so thrilled to bring you the one and only Pallet Punter.
G'day, my name's Mark. I'm up in Townsville, Queensland, and I've been making stuff and pretty much mostly out of pallets about 2.5 years. I got into pallet wood because my brother was making some stuff for his home and I was seeing what he's creating and I was completely hooked. So,
oh mate, not only does he build cool shit, he goes and flies like a bird. Unreal.
G'day, my name is Mark and I need to raise some cash, monies. I need a goal, I need a plan, some motivation, and I need to pull my finger out. I'm going to lay down exactly how I'm going to do it and hopefully show you that you can do it too, on any level, with what you have right now in your woodworking arena. Quick recap of my backstory. I have been at this for about 5 years. Very early, I decided this hobby would become a side hustle. And I've always said to myself that I am building a backup plan to one day live the dream. What I need is a metaphor, which will be this bamboo that I planted 12 years ago. And now I have this beautiful thing. All right. I guess you could say that this video is episode 4. To quickly explain, I first made a video how I started and made money woodworking. Later I busted down 19 pallets to establish, is it worth it? It was. And then recently I made a little video called Just Get Started.
He's a ripping bloke. It's great to catch up with him again. Let's see what Dainer is up to these days. A massive happy birthday to my good friend Mark. Dainer. He's a special guy, as in very special.
You are so cool. Shh. What did I do to you?
Are you serious?
G'day Ash, how are you mate? Biggest changes for me as a maker is I'm not really making furniture anymore for customers. My whole shed life has pretty much turned into a content creation space. So I get to make things for fun that I think will produce pretty good video. I still make smaller items, mainly utilizing the lathe as still a side hustle income stream. So that occasionally gives me some content. That occasionally gives me some content, but it's probably not the content that gets the views that I need for the video creation to be more of the side hustle for revenue streams, etc. So that's the big change. Making stuff just for fun and making video, which is just as fun. G'day, my name is Mark and I do not have $30,000 worth of tools. I work with recycled timber and I mostly use pallet. I use lots and lots and lots of pallets. I'm over here. One day I decided I wanted to give woodworking a bit of a go. No major life changes at all. Still balancing a full-time job, children, family, and being out here as much as possible. I now stand at this end of the shed instead of that end of the shed. G'day. My name is Mark, and my table saw tips off. I had the basic power tools, circular saw, router, a couple of drills, belt sander, sliding miter saw. The goal here is to see how long this table actually takes me and how much pellet punter cassiola I can make. Biggest change for the makerspace, specifically on social media, is I don't think the interaction's there like it used to be back in the good old days. So the community of things was much stronger back then. Now it's very much dumping your content online and hoping that people enjoy it. You get that feedback now, I guess, through view counts and likes. You don't really get the engagement these days, which is a little bit sad because that was a bit of the fun. I think old mate Kilby puts it very nicely. Too many drug dealers, not enough druggies, if you will. So everyone's creating content, but now you've got to... Now you get your reward through numbers, which I think that's a bit shit, but that's okay. I think if you're making content because you enjoy making it and you generally showing people what you're doing, you like sharing it, I think there's still value in that. I enjoy it for those reasons, so I'm going to continue doing it for those reasons alone. Whether revenue streams dry up or views and follows and all that shit dries up as well, it doesn't really matter. As long as you're having fun, then it's still worthwhile. I guess my strategy towards social media has definitely changed probably in the last 6 months. I am focusing more on YouTube and Facebook that have potential revenue streams. So creating content is fun, but if it can pay the bills, then that's where the focus needs to be. Before, where I used to feed platforms like Instagram, specifically, building up numbers, getting paid in dopamine, although that's good fun, it doesn't really help grow the business of a content creator. YouTube is definitely where the revenue is. Facebook is trying, and I'm still investigating other ways to do that. So that's probably the biggest change. Not dumping everything on Instagram, showing everyone what I'm doing, and then putting out a YouTube video. Everyone that follow on both have already seen what's happening. So I've almost reversed it now. I make my project, I film the project, I make the video, I release it on YouTube. I then use that video and the bits and pieces to give me my snippets of reels, shorts, TikToks when I could be bothered, because that's just another place to be. It's hard work. And Facebook to put that content out there, which then helps grow, bring in eyeballs, and then hopefully build the channels that have the revenue streams. So that's basically it. I'm going to continue doing this for as long as it remains viable, fun, and worth the effort. And at the moment, it's definitely worth the effort. I still enjoy the community. I still interact with a lot of people in the community. However, it's mostly privately these days. So rather than in the comments, I have a lot of back and forward in DMs and that sort of space, which I think is more personal and it's actually a little bit more authentic, and you know who the good people are and you figure out who the drongos are pretty quick. Okay. See ya later.
The Monday Meetup is proudly brought to you by Total Tools, Pop Shed, Hammeroo, and our partnership with Trademut, starting conversations for mental health.